Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
All right, Miss Champ, Tori Sho-Nuff Nelson, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you.
You ready to step into the ring?
Always, baby. I'm always ready.
Facts. Facts. And the beauty of today's interview is that typically Barry and I do musicians. And we're bringing in the boxer. And our actual overall theme is boxing.
And in this corner.
Okay.
So you'll fit right in.
You'll fit right in. And our interviews, our interview series are called Unanimous Decision. So here you go.
Wow.
Look at God.
I know those words.
All right, so we can start. Let's start. So, Tori, at the age of 29, you started boxing.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. So my notes are correct. You were able to defy the odds because typically boxers start very early on in age. I mean, I see kids training at 9, 10, teens and so forth. So how difficult was it for you to start a little later, but to ascend to the highest level that you did?
Well, it wasn't that difficult. You know, I've always, well, you don't know, but I've always been an athlete all my life. And I was raised by boys, so I always been like a go-getter. So, I mean, it wasn't that difficult. It was just that your body is 29 after 2 children. That was the part. Like, yo, you got to be like, all right, body, we about to do this. Your brain is saying, let's go. Your body's saying, wait a minute, we got to catch up. But, you know, once I started going, it had to be like every day. Like it was my routine. Like, it was fine. I did so good. I felt amazing. Awesome. I had the baddest body in the 30-year-old could have.
Okay. What other sports? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What sports? You were an athlete. What sports did you play?
I played basketball, beast mode. Baseball. I ran track. I wanted to play football in high school, but my mom was like, "No, thank you."
That's what
like
she did.
My only girl. Yeah. So yeah, she was like, "Nah, that's a no-go."
Nah.
Okay. Right, Virginia's finest, huh?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm when Bill brings up, you know, you starting into the boxing world at 29, and you bring up you already had this arsenal of just athletic ability from other sports. So I gotta ask, the name Sho-Nuff, I'm definitely familiar with the nickname reference. It comes from my 5th favorite movie of all time. So I gotta ask, how did you get that nickname?
Not your 5th. Your 5th favorite?
It's my 5th favorite movie of all time. Now, but at the end of the day, it got a lot of competition coming up in the first 4 slots.
Oh yeah,
I love the movie, love the villain in that movie, and somebody chose to name you after the villain. So I'm curious to know who dubbed you Sho-Nuff.
My coach came up with it. He was like, he called me on one Saturday morning, and he was like, because we went through names and they just wasn't clicking. So he said, T, I got it. And I'm like, you got what? Your name, Sho-Nuff. And he just cracked up laughing. But I mean, he still himself laughing. And I'm like, okay, Sho-Nuff Nelson. Okay, bet. He's like, you know where I got it from? Dude, I'm Black. Of course I know you got it from. He was like, yeah, that's it. So yeah, and it stuck. And that's how I got it.
Yeah, your reputation precedes you when you have a nickname like that. So you started off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I know training is intense in boxing. But you're an athlete. So is there any part a little difficult for you as far as picking up, or were you basically natural coming into boxing?
No, I was, people don't know, I was a street fighter. I'll fight you in school. I'll fight you in the street.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was different because in the street, they don't know. They put their power hand first. So in boxing, your power, everything is switched. So your power hand is in the back. And I'm just like, your stance is different and everything. So I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So that was different for me. And then the running, like, yeah, I don't get down. I run, let me run track, and then I'm done. Like these 3 miles and 5 miles, all that, I was like, nah, bro, I'm not a runner. So he was like, okay. So he trained me differently. He said, so we're going to do what you're going to do in the ring. After like 2 or 3 weeks of that, I said, put me back to running. Oh, it was so different. Like it kills your legs, but it made them better because I mean, it was muscle memory. You get in the ring, I could go with you for rounds. I done went 15 rounds before, and it wasn't my legs that was tired. So I'm just like, oh, wow. And he said, practice what you're going to do in the ring. And you're right, you're not going to run. So this is what we're going to do. And I was like, bet. So, I mean, that was my hardest, to switch it from street fighting to boxing and the running part.
I like the fact that you mentioned the training process that goes into being a boxer. So one thing that I could take from it is, number one, start off, you're a highly decorated athlete. When we're going to get a chance to like list your resume and list some of your achievements. But then when you start mentioning the behind the scenes stuff, the training that goes into it, it's the same preparation, if not more, that the men are doing on their side. So in the history of boxing, the sport hasn't really been favorable to male fighters either. But when it comes to female boxers, did you notice any unfair practices when it came to endorsements, pay scale, or promotion?
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me?
I got speculation, but I need to hear it come out of your mouth.
Yeah, you got to hear it come out of my mouth. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, oh my goodness, it's so unfair. Actually, and I can tell you this, Under Armour, they said we need a fighter. So my agent was like, okay, I have a fighter for you. She's a female. They was like, oh, cool, okay. Canelo gets the word. So Canelo's agent comes up. Oh, I have a fighter. And it's Canelo. And they was like, oh, well, we have a female and then we have a male. So what we're going to do? So what you think they did? They picked Canelo over me. But I'm like, wow. Like, I was there first. I mean, at the time I was holding more belts, like, but it is what it is. It's okay. Because in female sports, we don't get, and it's a male dominant sport at that.
Yeah.
So being a female fighter, we definitely don't get the recognition that the males get, but I feel, I can be biased or not, I feel we work harder. Like we push. Most guys, they leave their homes, they train, they don't have to worry about no kids, no wife, no nothing. Like we can't just up and leave our kids.
Yeah, you got duties at home. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a house to run. I still have children.
Multiple hats.
Hey, you gotta say it makes no, So I'm just like, you know what? As female fighters, I think we should be above the men because we do more. And at first, guys wasn't coming to watch the female. Now we put butts in seats. Like you say it's gonna be a female, they know they coming to see a fight. Guys, they get knocked down. They running for the rest of the round. Like they got egos.
I would agree with you in the sense of when it comes to eyeballs on the sport, I feel like female boxing is less gimmicky. Like I think men boxing is kind of gravitated towards, it's like exhibitions now, and it's also like MMA versus boxing. I would say it seems a little bit more pure at the female level. So
because we fighting, we guys, like we banging.
Yeah.
And the guys, like I'm saying, guys just have an ego. Females, we don't have no ego. Like we got hands. We want what? Oh, you was running your mouth? Okay, bet. I had to cut this weight and stop eating food to get to this. For you, you about to pay for that. Guys, they just like, at this point, they don't care if they make weight. They don't care. I mean, it's so different. They get knocked down in the fight. Now they on their bike, they running, or or they land against the ropes. No, females fight.
So, what advice would you offer a young woman who's looking to get in boxing?
Do it, girl.
Okay.
Come in, but don't come in there if you got your eyelashes and your nails and you got no makeup on. Stay at home because it's not for you. And Mike Tyson said it. Everybody got a plan till you get punched in your face. If you cannot take a punch in your face, stay at home. But if you can rumble, you ready to get down with it, come. Go in that gym, find you a good gym. You can't go half in because this is not a team sport. This is individual sport. So you got to come correct. Pay attention in your training. Don't half step it. Give it 120% and be the best that you can be.
And I like the fact that you quoted Mike. Like everybody got a plan till they get hit. And one thing I admire from your career path is you've never been afraid to get hit. So,
sir.
I'm gonna give you a couple flowers today. So, as you prepare for your Hall of Fame induction this month, congrats for that. I'm sure legacy is just top of mind right now. Like I'm pretty sure you're thinking about your legacy. So in boxing, we're starting to see a trend where some fighters schedule fights out of fear of harming their legacy, right? Yeah. Because they want to remain undefeated. Yeah. You've stated, and I'm going to quote you, if you want to be the best, you've got to fight the best.
Oh, man.
And the Clarissa Shields fight comes to mind when I hear that. Do you think the loss damaged your legacy or the challenge enhanced your legacy?
Enhanced me. Because it showed, for one, that wasn't my weight class. I couldn't even make the weight. Like I'm on the scale after I just had a huge breakfast and she's sucking on ice. And I'm like, wow. Like, and then I'm saying, I don't care because at the point they saying, oh, she the best. Okay, well, because she got to show me. So I'm going to eat all this food. I'm going to gain this weight and I'm going to come up to her weight class and I'm going to fight.
Yeah. And you went the distance too. So and for me, I always admire the fight. Like I think that we've been robbed of, like in male boxing, we've been robbed of like history because some folks just don't want to get in the ring out of fear of like a loss, but it just kind of show you don't got no fear in your heart. So kudos to you on that.
Well, thank you. Oh, you're making me blush.
Question. If you can, I guess, what weight class I'm not too familiar, did Layla Ali fight in?
Was she more
heavy?
She was heavy. Yeah. I think she was heavyweight. I want to say she's not one of my best. So I'm not sure. I didn't keep up with her.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think she was heavy. But I know she did fight. I think she did fight in middleweight because I have her WBC belt.
Oh, okay.
So I think she fought in middleweight.
Gotcha. Okay. So you have obviously a great boxing record.
Thank you.
13-time world champion.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame inductee. And some other accomplishments, right? Yeah. What stands out to you the most, though? If you had to pick one thing.
As far as my boxing or as far as
as far as your accomplishments in boxing.
This may sound a little crazy, okay? But my first belt I got is in amateur boxing. My amateur career. It was different for me. It was, it showed me that I could do it. To come from fighting with boys all your life, fighting in the street, fighting in school, to being able to discipline yourself, to turn it, to fight by the rules, don't drag nobody, and then to do well at it, and then when they gave me my first amateur belt, that I would never forget it. A lot of people like to look past their amateurs, but that's what made you to be a pro, to be the champion that you are today. So I never look past my amateur. That was a very big achievement. And then my Hall of Fame.
Say it one more time.
Her Hall of Fame.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, and that's right around the corner. Like,
that's it.
You ready? Like, you got your speech prepared?
No,
you gotta get right.
Wait,
it's
coming up.
Yeah, I feel like you got the personality for it. Like,
yes, I'm gonna just break and let it go.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
So, I actually want to highlight, two opponents towards the back end of your career. So you went the distance with the best. In your opinion, which was your toughest matchup? So you have, and I'm thinking, and it might not be these two. So it's Christina Hammer and Clarissa Shields. Who was the toughest matchup between them, and who was your toughest matchup within your career?
My toughest matchup between them, I would say, was Clarissa, because Clarissa did not run. Clarissa stayed there like we fought. Hammer, she only had length, like her arm, it was her distance. Yeah. And she ran like she bagged up like the whole time. I'm like, yo, let's fight. But her length was the only thing, And my toughest, Varshawn Living. This girl had crazy heart. I dropped her like three or four times. She got up and kept coming and stayed in the middle with me. Every time I go back to the corner, I was like, check her water. Like, somebody need to check that water. Like, something is wrong here. Yeah. That girl, I'm telling you, but she had a mixture. She was Black and Mexican. Yeah, hot blood. The girl was a beast. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, 8th, 9th, and 10th round, she was silent tears. Like, she was not going nowhere, but tears was rolling down her face. And she still thought her punches. Heart to the core. I was like, yo, when I tell you the respect she got from me, Varshawn Living, much respect.
Okay. Yeah. So I know many times we look at sometimes we look at intergender sports. And, we always say, a lot of people say, well, this person or this woman basketball player could have been in the NBA, or this woman could have played football. Do you think it would be a good idea to intertwine women and men boxing, or should it stay because of the physicality of it?
I think, it should stay separated, because for one, men, y'all bodies are different. Yep. Yeah, we can carry a baby and y'all cry about a cold, but
we do. I ain't gonna lie, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, y'all stamina is different. Y'all muscles are different. Your strength is different. So I think it should stay separate.
So here's a question I got. So you got a lot of stuff coming up, not just the Hall of Fame. So when we look at your website and some of your links, it looks like you're currently working on a behind the scenes documentary.
Yes.
So what can aspiring fighters or fans of boxing hope to learn from the doc?
They will learn a lot. They will learn, for one, never stop, never give up. That's not an option. Don't never quit. Quitting is never an option. They're gonna learn obstacles will be put in your path that do not stop you. You get over them and keep moving. They will learn, like, even if you have children, that don't stop you. Like, all the way around in a ball, they were gonna learn, like, quitting is not an option. Nothing is easy. Opportunities will come, obstacles will come, things will happen, but quitting is not an option. That's them.
Okay. Have you ever had a chance to maybe spar with some of the, or take any advice from some of the great boxers of the past or even present?
Yes, I used to be with Mike Tyson sometimes when he come out here. And my first time seeing him, I was just coming into the pros. And he told me, he said, listen to me. If you don't remember anything else, I need you to remember the 5 people. He asked me, how many people you have on your team right now? I said, like 5. Those 5 is who you start with and who you end with. If any of them fall off, you don't replace them. I said, okay. He said, because those are the ones who know you. And I kept that. And that's what happened. If they fell off, oh, well, you gone. Like, I don't replace.
Okay.
So, and I mean, I take his words for everything. I love Mike Tyson. That was he and Ann Wolf. He's my favorite male boxer. Ann Wolf was my favorite female boxer. And I met both of them. So I'm good. And Joe Frazier, that's I was scheduled to meet Joe Frazier, but then he got sick.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see how deep this love runs for Mike and so you mentioned those 2 being your favorite, and we're not gonna keep it gender specific. So Mount Rushmore, who's on your Mount Rushmore of boxing? Like, you only get 4 names, so I want to see how deep this love is for the folks that you just named.
Oh, it's deep. Oh, I'm loyal. Okay, on my Mount Rushmore, I have Joe Frazier. I have Ann Wolf.
Okay.
I have Mike Tyson.
Get one more.
And I have Lennox Lewis.
Oh, there we go.
Lennox. Okay.
Have you been able, outside of Joe, have you been able to kind of meet most of your Mount Rushmore?
Oh yeah. Well, I only met the 2. I only met Mike and Miss Wolf, Ann Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a solid 4. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a nice little 4. That's a nice little 4. Okay. No Muhammad on there?
No.
I'm not.
You know what?
See, I'm not even gonna critique the list. I like
no. It's no critique. Just because
it's
tough. Like,
it's a name. It's a name.
Yeah,
it's a name that's
Frazier didn't have a name at first. Yeah, he built his name. Yeah. Ali built his name by his mouth. Joe Frazier did too, but he was a beast.
Yeah,
and. And Ali even had to give him his respect, you know?
Yeah.
He said, yo, this the closest thing to hell you gonna get. I'm here. Let's go. You know? Frazier was that's my man.
Okay. Now that you're retired.
Yes.
Okay. You coming back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay. And you're headed to the Boxing Hall of Fame. We're gonna stress that, because that is something that, that lets you know you made it to the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And your peers and the people who have acknowledged that you are one of the best who belongs in this group with others.
By God's grace.
By God's grace. Do you have any plans on helping to push the sport of women's boxing?
Oh yeah. I've been trying to be a commentator, but they just do not. I guess they don't want my mouth because I am so ready. I am so ready. And yes, I already do. And all my interviews, and anytime they put a mic in front of me, my thing is I'm telling these women, stop fighting for pennies. Don't risk your life for these pennies, because they know we put butts in seats, But if we keep fighting, or if they keep fighting for anything that they're offered, like, it won't grow, because they're going to know, oh, you don't want to fight? Okay, I'll get this person to fight. But then their cards will stop. People won't start watching their cards like that, So my thing is, I tell the women all the time, get your worth. Get your worth. And I hear Clarissa telling them as well, fight your worth. If it's not what you want, ask for what you want. If they don't want to give it to you, don't fight. Don't fight, because when you in that hospital, the little pennies that they done gave you might be gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so definitely I'm gonna speak for the women always.
Okay. I got you. All right, so I got one more for you. We're gonna build a boxer.
Okay.
We're gonna build a boxer, and I'm gonna say an attribute, and you tell me what boxer you would take that attribute from.
Oof. Okay.
So quick, we're gonna go with defense. So we're gonna we're building a boxer. All right, defense. Who are we taking that attribute from?
Defense. Let's say his defense is different, but it got him through. George Foreman defense.
Can you talk on that one for me?
His defense is different. Like, he the only one I ever seen to have his arms like this. Like,
okay. And it only worked for him. That's yeah, that's why I was surprised you went there, but I understand why you went there.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, he has his defense really worked. Look at him today. Like, it really
some of it is he could take a punch too. Like, I don't know if I'm crediting it to his stance or he just knew how to take a punch, because he, like you said, he has all his brain is intact. Like,
through and watch some of his fights. Like, the punch is not getting through.
Yeah.
But it worked for him.
Okay. Hand speed.
Hand speed. Gary Russell Jr.
Okay. Okay. Toughness. Heart. Just
my baby, Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Oh, that's a Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier.
Okay.
Because they got dogs in there.
Yeah, I feel like from looking on the outside, and I feel like all of y'all have that. That's just a requirement to be where y'all at.
You have to have heart to get in there.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Some of them, they run like a lot of. You can tell it's called a puncher and a boxer. Okay, a puncher mainly are dogs. Like, we walking you down, we in your face, we punching. Like, that's punching, that's fighting and brawling. And then you have the boxer that's moving.
Yeah,
like this Hammer is a boxer. She used her length. You know, she don't want to get hit, so she's running and she's punching. That's a boxer.
Okay. Power.
She might have to name them twice.
She might not. Yeah.
Yes. And you know who else? Okay.
It's go ahead.
Okay. Of course, I'm gonna have to have a few in this one. I got Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, and I love his power, Triple G. I like Triple G's power.
You got some hands.
Yes, you do. Like, I mean, yeah, I like him.
We watching that Canelo and Triple G fight? You watching it?
Nope.
Oh, no? Okay.
Y'all let me know what happened, okay?
I'll let you know that. Okay, I'll let you know.
But I already know.
Okay. And I'm going to say just overall boxing IQ.
Lomachenko.
Okay.
Lomachenko is, I'm telling you, at first I didn't understand this dude, but then I started watching him and I watch his behind the scenes stuff. And then I'm like, let me Google this guy. This guy is a different breed. Lomachenko, yes. He understands. what they say, he got the assignment. He got the assignment. Like he understands it. Yes, I like.
Understood the assignment.
He understood the assignment.
Boys in Ukrainian, the Ukrainian boys understand the assignment. That's what's
okay. So it look like we got us a nice little boxing.
So
Yes.
no, we love that, and I would say you got a lot going on, not just from October is going to be a big month for you, and I definitely think fans should watch that. And just overall, like if you support, women making waves in this world, I just think that's a phenomenal accomplishment. Yes. So as people, how can people get a chance to track what you have going on from for October and so on? Like where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook as Tori Nelson, and you can go on my Instagram as Tori Sho-Nuff. And or you can always holler at Miss Desiree. Facebook, yes. Go on Desiree. She on all of it. Desiree Vincent Facebook. She on Instagram. She on TikTok. She keeps saying, Tori, you got to get on TikTok. That's too much for me.
And by the way, we'll have your information on the screen, but we'd be remiss
right
if we didn't give a shout out to Desiree. So it's an inside joke between us, but to educate our fans, she's been extremely helpful and part of our strategy on being able to get some of the interviews that we have. Like because of her reputation and her name and voice speaks volume, we were able to land some interviews that we probably couldn't get the chance to, including yourself. So Desiree, we appreciate the love and support. So we appreciate that.
She's a goat.
Low key, she could have. You could argue she deserves to be on everyone's Mount Rushmore.
I know.
Exactly.
But and to you, Bill, hey, look, it just shows. This interview shows how eclectic we could be when it comes to like the 2 cents phenomenon. So what's another way if folks want to see different folks on this channel getting interviewed? What's a way that they could do that?
They know what to do. Go to the comment section. We call it my 2 cents to leave your 2 cents. If you have any questions for Miss Sho-Nuff, leave your questions or comments for Miss Tori Sho-Nuff Nelson. Again, we congratulate you in all of your achievements. The push that you've done for women's boxing and boxing as a whole. And we got to continue to push forward and get a lot of women into the sport because y'all can fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I seen some
dominant hand or not, like regardless of the rule she was talking about, I'm scared. I'm not stuck.
I'm in the education field, and I've been at plenty of schools, and I said, "Ooh,
oh, so them girls get
ooh,
yeah,
boy, ooh."
And you know what? I try to tell the little girls. I be like, when I go out to DC, I say, look, stop entertaining, stop using this for just using you have a gift. Stop using your gift for entertainment for free. Yes. Get in somebody's gym. Yeah. Get paid for it. Mm-hmm. They like, oh, we can get paid. You like to fight and you can fight, but you get put out of school. Like, no, you need to use that and get paid for it. Okay. Oh, their eyes get so bright, they ready for that. And you got to go to court, no court fees, no lawyers. Like you in there and you getting paid. Let's go. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Man, you heard it here first. That you got the endorsement of a champ. Hey, rite of passage. Go ahead and put some gloves on and get it done in the ring as opposed to getting it done for free on the street. So
exactly,
I love the feedback. Outside of that, guys, I mean, hey, we've appreciated you, champ, for sticking with us this fine weekend. Outside of that, that's all we got. Everybody say peace.
Peace.
Peace.